Hey everyone, Chef Leroy here, and hanging out with Ghost, and we're sitting in our garage. And the reason we're sitting in the garage is because it's been raining off and on all day long. I wanted to get out on Ghost today and ride, but it might look like a little later on this evening yet. We might be able to get out once the roads dry up a bit. I'm not a rainy bike rider at all, so I don't like to ride in the rain unless I get caught in it. But anyway, that's not what the video is about. Actually, because it's inclement outside, I decided I was going to do an indoor cooking project. And I'm doing a poke bowl for dinner today. And I decided to accompany that with an Asian curry braised cabbage dish. So I want to show you how that's put together. Again, if you guys like my videos, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Subscriptions are free to join. And it just lets you know when a video has been dropped out by me. All right, so let's get in that kitchen. Let's get after that cabbage. Okay, so here we are. We've got our items here set out, and I'll tell you exactly what I've got going on. So I've got a medium-sized head of green cabbage. In this bowl, I have a half of a yellow onion julienne. It's down on the bottom here, a little small julienne. Got a half of a sweet red bell pepper julienne, and I've got about a half a cup of chopped carrot. And then I also have one large clove of garlic chopped, and that's on the bottom of this bowl, okay? Again, this one here, this is 2 cups of chicken stock, or you can use broth. And I'll just mix it up quick, you can see it. That's what it looks like. I've got this in there. So this is my poi yellow curry paste, all right? You'll find this at Asian markets mostly. I have not found it in a store yet, but Asian markets carry this. Stuff is great. It is spicy, so just keep that in mind. I'm using 1 tablespoon of that in this container here, and I also have 2 teaspoons of just yellow curry powder. Okay, that's what that is. So that's my braising liquid, all right? So I've got my bowl here with my vegetables. I'm gonna go ahead and dump it into my Thai pan. This is my wok pan. I've got 1 teaspoon of sesame oil and 2 teaspoons of olive oil. You can use whatever kind of oil as you want. I never use too much sesame oil because it is a lot stronger. Okay, go ahead and dump your vegetables in your pan. I'm just gonna cook all of it together because we're gonna braise it anyway. All right, so let's move these items out of the way. Liquid goes in later. All right, go ahead and trim that stem end off. Pull any outer leaves off that are not looking good. And we're gonna basically cube this up. So I'll cut it in quarters, cut out that core right there. Just like that. And like that. Okay. Now I have this other pan here. This one is going to be my finishing pan. I'm gonna saute all my vegetables off and everything. And then I'm going to braise it in this pan. This one I sprayed with pan spray all the way around, and I've got a piece of aluminum foil waiting to go on top. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut these into about 1-inch pieces roughly. I mean, you don't have to be perfect. It's not that big a deal. Kind of 1 by 1. Okay, just like that. Go ahead and throw it right in the pan. Now it's gonna seem like a lot, and if you don't think all your cabbage will fit in the pan to start with, just go ahead and start it with a smaller amount, and as it cooks, it'll shrink down. You can add more, okay? So it's more manageable. In fact, that's basically what I'm going to do too. So I put in half my cabbage in the pan, just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and get that on the stove and start that up before I add the rest of this cabbage. So I'm just gonna cut this though, just have it ready. Okay, I turned it up to a medium-high temperature. Got about a spoon. Start moving this around a little bit. Get that oil mixed in. What I like about cabbage dishes like this too is they hold really well. But you'd be really, really surprised at how good this flavor is with this curry. I really like this flavor. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cover the pan so it gets hot faster. Just trying to jump start it. All right, we wait. All right, let's check it out. Again, with the Thai pan, you want to push this little button on to release the pressure. because it will stick closed. Looking good already. Add more cabbage. Alright, so that's the balance of the cabbage. I figured the other one cooked down enough. There's a lot of moisture in cabbage, so you shouldn't have to worry about this scorching, especially with a cover on it. But just want to keep an eye on it. So let's push this down to get all that pressure off, and then it'll seal itself up a bit. Great pan, guys. Alright, let's let it cook. Okay, back to the pan. Let's move things around a bit. This is mostly just to add some flavor. You don't really need to saute your cabbage all the way through this way, because I'm going to braise it with the liquid. But this helps get some flavor into it. And cover it back up. And let it cook. Pull the cover away this time so the steam doesn't go right up to the camera. This looks great, so I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to pour it right into my pan. Again, I had this pan sprayed with pan spray. Again, this is 1 tablespoon of that my poi curry paste. I told you it's pretty spicy. And then it's 2 teaspoons of just yellow curry powder. I just use a standard yellow curry powder. And then 2 cups of chicken stock or broth. You can use water if you want to completely have it vegetarian. And that's it. It smells so good. Excelente. All right, let's go ahead and put the foil on it. Make sure it's nice and tight around the top. Keep all the steam in. Set my toaster oven to bake at 350, and I'm going to set it for 20 minutes. All right, toaster oven is preheated. 350. Right in the middle. Close the door. Got it set for 20 minutes. Actually, the timer was already going off a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and add 20 back to it. Alright, just let her cook. Okay, timer just went off for my cabbage. 20 minutes, 350. And I don't know that it's done yet, but we're going to take a look. Basically, you're just making sure your cabbage is tender. Okay, so lift your foil up carefully so that the steam doesn't get you. That's what burns you more than anything, is the steam. Try to lift it up carefully so you don't tear it too much. So I think I'm probably going to go ahead and cook it just a little bit more time. Right. Yeah, I can already tell the cabbage is not done. It's kind of pretty firm yet. I'm going to put it in for 20 more minutes, so that would be 40 total, plus cooking it in the pot that I had it. This is just a slower method. This slows it down when you do it in the oven like this, which is perfectly fine. I like doing it this way. It tastes really good, and I can the smell and the aroma is just amazing. Go ahead and put it back in there, just like that, and hit the start. Now the oven is probably going to preheat a little bit again because I just had it off. Shouldn't take long, and then we'll go ahead and cook it for another 20 minutes and take a look at it. All right, cabbage is 20 minutes later, so that's 40 minutes of cook time. Check it here, and it looks really, really good. And we are not really ready to eat yet, so this has kind of worked out perfect. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put it right back in my toaster oven, and I'm going to let it just sit and stay nice and hot. But look at how nice and yellow the cabbage gets with that yellow curry. Beautiful. Let's give a piece of it a taste. Ooh, that is good. That is really good. All right. Cover it back up and let it stay nice and warm. And that's basically a wrap on this recipe. So hopefully you hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you did, give me a thumbs up and hit that like button. And here's my dish. Cabbage with fried rice, and I did poke with smoked salmon and ahi tuna. Fantastic dish.